I'm Michelle Lee, in for Brenda Hines, and this is FCN's Frontline Report, brought to you by Ford Education and Training. In our top story today, Ford officially launched its 1995 product line with the introduction of the all-new Contour on September 29th. Even before the public introduction, however, company employees were given a chance to evaluate both the Contour and the Mercury Mystique themselves during a special ride and drive activity. Actually, as FCN's John Hewitt reports, the employees did the riding. The driving was done by IndyCar racer Robbie Gordon and NASCAR drivers Bill Elliott and Mark Martin.
With all three pushing the limit, the handling and quartering ability of these front-wheel drive sedans was quickly evident. A sand-covered S-curve put the anti-lock brake system to the test. And a watered-down skid pad highlighted the benefit of the automatic traction control mechanism. That's where we began our ride with our driver, Bill Elliott.
We'll put our traction control on and go to full throttle, and it'll monitor the torque to both tires and let the car get a good grip in bad conditions. Now we'll put her through its paces through here. Can you hang on back there?
It's very important that the employees know what their vehicles do and how they handle and everything that has gone into them, as well as the motivation to have a new vehicle on the market as wonderful as the Contour and the Mystique.
Now, employees were also offered the chance to test drive the Contour and Mystique on their own in and around Detroit. But the real treat of the day is here on the track, of course, having the privilege of being jostled around with the likes of Gordon, Martin, and Elliott.
The car is amazing. It's handled by professionals, but the way it responds, it's really nice to know you might have something like that under you.
And this is really a futuristic car from the standpoint of traction control, ABS brakes in a small situation car like this. It's a very flat, stable platform, and it's a nice four-door comfort.
In Detroit, this is John Hewitt for FCN News.
With the Contour introduction well underway, the company is turning its attention to another key product launch. This time it's the 1995 version of the hot-selling Ford Explorer. The vehicle was unveiled to the public for the first time at the Texas State Fair earlier this month. And as FCN's Rob Marr reports, the new Explorer is substantially different from past models.
We have a new, more sloping hood. The vehicle actually is about 4 inches longer. Although you won't notice that when you look at the vehicle because the front end has been sloped considerably to give it a better aerodynamic view. We have new headlamps, we have a new grille, we have a new front bumper.
The new Explorer is the same size inside.
On the side view, we've gone to color-keyed moldings, we've gone to color-keyed door handles. In the rear view, we've gone to a new fluorescent high-mount stop lamp and a new rear bumper treatment to try to distinguish it from the current model.
The new rear stoplight is more than just a design change. The fluorescent light signals quicker than incandescent lights.
If you drive behind the vehicle, you'll notice that the high-mount stop lamp will light up slightly ahead of the rear stop lamps. And we believe that's a safety feature that we can probably advertise.
I'm Rob Marr, FCN News.
The vehicle's safety features are just one of the factors that are expected to expand the Explorer's market appeal in 1995. Today, most of the Explorers sold are four-door models with mostly male customers. The two-door represents between 10 and 15% sales, but women make up a big part of that customer mix. With an all-new design, the customer composition could change.
The new vehicle is going to be such a dramatic improvement over the existing product in terms of safety features, comfort and convenience features, and options that are going to be available that it's going to be the Lincoln town car of the sport utility world.
Members of the automotive press have been equally impressed with the new Explorer. The journalists were given an opportunity to test it in the hills of New Mexico last month. And as FCN's Bill Collins reports, the writers gave the Explorer's new, more car-like SLA front suspension a real test in the rough country, and it passed with flying colors.
Set in the hills of cowboy country, the automotive media saddled up the 1995 Ford Explorer and took the vehicle on a ride over dirt, mud, and stones. These newspaper and magazine editors and writers from around North America wanted to know how Ford has improved America's top-selling sport utility vehicle. We did so with a host of improved features, including a new suspension system, a state-of-the-art four-wheel drive, dual airbags, and a new look from inside out.
And the changes we made for 95 from a technical standpoint, new transfer case is best in the industry. The new front suspension gives it the best ride and handling. The overall vehicle is still the same from a package standpoint, but the overall appearance has improved. Very good. It's a very good reception, so I think it's on its way.
While 80% of Explorer buyers use their vehicles for shopping and commuting, the magazine writers are here in New Mexico to take them off-road.
The quality of the vehicles are very good. The drives out here have been fantastic. The newspaper reporters' reactions to the vehicles have been outstanding. I haven't heard a bad comment, heard very, very many good comments.
The journalist told us off-camera that they noticed improvements in the steering feel, ergonomics, and the sound system. But the real test will come on December 26th. That's when customers will be able to ride out of Ford dealerships with the new 95 Explorer. From Raton, New Mexico, I'm Bill Collins reporting for FCN News.
The Explorer isn't the only Ford truck that's undergone significant change. The Ford Ranger has been the best-selling compact pickup in America since 1987. Now, as John Hewitt reports, it too has been improved again for 1995.
After a major redesign just 2 years ago, the Ford Ranger carries essentially the same look outside into 1995, with one noticeable difference. A rounded front grille and headlights mark the only striking body change. But inside is a different story, with many of the changes coming from customer suggestions.
People are amazingly anxious to talk about what they like and what they don't like, and be prepared to hear some bad news sometimes, as well as good news.
In the case of the Ranger, it's changes to an already popular design. Things like an adjustable height shoulder belt for better comfort. A new driver's side airbag is also standard, and much of the new look instrument panel will be lighted.
We've gone from push buttons, which were fine for its day, to what's more popular now with dial controls. Our climate control systems will be operated with dials. Our four-wheel drive system will be operated with a dial. The new radio, which is in this vehicle, will be much more friendly to the customer.
There has also been improved performance in those models carrying the 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine, providing more horsepower and less oil consumption. Another change in the 95s that you won't readily see comes in behind the dashboard, a fiberglass cross-car beam that is stronger than the sheet metal it replaces. It also provides a quieter ride, cutting down on the natural shake characteristics in the steering column. Besides that, it is the same truck, which easily remains the most popular seller in its class.
The people in that segment tend to be a little bit more conservative, and they're not just interested in the latest flash. They want something that's going to be substantial and will look good down the road because they're going to keep the vehicle for a while. So I think the real phenomena, though, for the Ranger has been the strength of Ford's marketing abilities.
Serves a wide range of purposes for many, many different people. Good value, I think, is the primary motivator in a Ranger vehicle.
In Detroit, this is John Hewitt for FCN.
Sometimes the way a vehicle gets improved is just as important as the improvement itself. In our next story, FCN's Heidi Mitchell takes us behind the scenes to look at what Ford is doing to eliminate what's probably the most common customer complaint in the industry today, those annoying little squeaks and rattles.
Just what would a customer hear when driving this Taurus wagon? Well, a sophisticated monitoring system is finding out. These sensors stuck on the windows, the doors, the roof, the instrument panel, and even the floorboards can track vehicle vibrations, and the 6 microphones hanging from the ceiling record noise.
Say if we're out on the road and we hit a chuck hole and the noise is amplified from the tires up through the suspension into the body, what they're trying to do is map out how far that noise travels.
The results are tracked on this mega-deck recording equipment in a trailer pulled in back of the car. At first, technicians thought by pulling this trailer with all the heavy equipment would alter the test, but they found out it didn't. In fact, there's only about 20 pounds of weight on this tailgate. Not really enough to make a difference. If it seems like there are a lot of wires, there are. 246 of them. It's more than double the channels normally used. This method of sound testing is an industry first.
It's almost impossible to repeat the drivability. So by recording it all at one time, you hit a bump, the whole vehicle will respond, excuse me, and you can record all that at one time.
Before this system, technicians would have to build the vehicle up in sections, then tear it down to test another part of the car. By doing the testing all at once, it saves the company time, money, and creates less variability. The test results are passed on to engineers who analyze the data to find out how the inner structure is moving, and that can lead to better vehicle design. I'm Heidi Mitchell for FCN News.
In our final story today, Frontline takes a look at the latest figures in the calendar year races for America's #1 selling car and best-selling vehicle. The 1994 model year closed off in spectacular fashion. For the industry as a whole, it was the best year since 1989, with combined car and truck sales of more than 15 million units. Ford division captured almost 21% of that industry, their highest share in 16 years. And it marked the 8th consecutive model year that the division led the industry in total sales. In fact, Ford beat their closest rival, Chevrolet, by a record 719,355 car and truck sales. F-Series was once again the best-selling vehicle in America, outselling the Chevrolet CK by more than 44,415 units. It was the 17th consecutive model year that the F-Series finished in the #1 spot. The Ford Taurus also came out on top in its battle with the Honda Accord for best-selling car honors. Taurus outsold Honda for the model year by 18,437 units. With the model year wrapped up, the attention is now being focused on calendar year leadership for Taurus and F-Series. And here's an update on those races. As of October 1st, F-Series leads the Chevrolet CK by 27,386 sales. On the car side, Taurus still holds the edge over Accord, but only by 2,248 sales. Both races are still far too close to call. And that's it for this edition of FCN's Frontline Report, brought to you by Ford Education and Training. I'm Michelle Lee. Thank you for joining us.